What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Msss Anomalies channel. Guys, you want to watch this video from beginning to end. I've got some cool stuff to show you here on this one. Peter, also known as Space Cadet, him and I have been going back and forth on Skype, and he had asked me, he says, hey, by any chance, have you looked at, the map of where Curiosity rover is now? And I haven't looked for about, I don't know, about a week and a half anyway. But anyway, we're going over the thing. And I decided to investigate some of these pictures. Now, you guys can go into this here. I'll give you the link to this, but you can see it right here, nasa.gov, and this is the missions. And it has a bunch of these maps right here. And I was on, I believe I went to the one that has 703 right here. Now, you can click on it, and of course, it'll bring you to this map here. And you can zoom in, and it's right over here. And you can see where it went to the top, from 671 down to 703. Right now it's about, I think it's 709, I think. It's right down in here. It goes down like this and then kind of comes down. Let me see if I'm right here. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. See how you can see where it's just transversed and went down to here. So we're at 709. So now it had me thinking. I'm saying, okay, let me just check some of this stuff out here because I'm kind of curious. What's this rover doing here? Is it just simply just, I mean, it's crazy. I'm looking at this here, and it's like, they're only saying, like, this is X amount of, like, this could be, like, 10 meters. I'm going, 10 meters? Really? I'm not buying the whole scale thing. And they'll show you here. And you can see right here, it'll have, like, scales on this one here. I'm trying to remember if it was, yeah, this will give you also, too, from very beginning, which usually takes about 41 through 45 days. I think the Spirit rover, the Opportunity, both took, like, 45 days before they literally left their landing site. Because they get out and they do systems checks, diagnostics, all this other stuff, and then it starts to make its way. So, and the Curiosity is no different. You can see it's just been moving right along. It tells you if you stopped at it in between and the major ones that they wanted to stop at. So, anyway, so this is the one you'll get here. This is the one I was interested in. And the reason for that is I know there's something in here. They're not just making this Curiosity travel for no reason. Not only do I think there's cities here, but I'm also going to show you a comparison of Google Earth pictures. So you want to stay tuned for this video. This one's really important. Also, there's proof that this may be still living civilization, and you're going to see that too. And there's a reason why I say that, because there's actually a couple, let's say details in the picture that'll, yeah, pops out and makes you believe that anyway. But anyway, okay, so I'm looking around and right off the bat, I don't trust anything that's lit like this here. I just don't. It's highly contrasted, and this piece here had me puzzled right off the bat. Because I'm saying to myself, what does that? It looks like it's like a layer of something, like a platform, if you will, over something else. And it doesn't look like that right now, but it will when I get back to that. Okay, so I'll give you the links to these here, and you can see it. You don't really need to do all of these because the latest one right here is 709. I did the 703. That's the picture I've got. You guys can do whatever one you want. And I'll also give you the link to this one here. And it's right to 709, of course. And like I said, you can see where it's transverse from there. Okay. And it tells you right here, it tells you scaling. The scale bar is 1 kilometer, which is 0.62 miles, or it's a little over half a mile. So from 706 to South 709, Curiosity has driven a straight line distance of about 52.88 feet, or 16.118 meters. So yeah, have a look at that thing. I don't believe they're scaling. I'm not saying they're way off, but from past experience from their pictures, I don't believe any of them are scaling. Okay, so let's do this. Let's jump into this picture. And this is pretty cool, guys. Now, I'm going to show you, I got several filters here. You can see up here on the right. I got several different ones and so on and so forth. And I'll breeze through them. I'm not going to sit on every one of them for an hour because that would drive me crazy. So, anyway, I'm going to try to do the best I can. But I'm going to jump right into this area here because this is just insane. When I saw this here, it had me thinking, not only is there, let me see, let's go down to right around, I think it's here. All right. Now, it's just, I mean, look at it. I just did this. I didn't even notice this until I just did this now. What is all this in here? Look at this. I didn't even notice this until now. I just clicked on this. This goes to show you just how much is actually in this picture. And all of these here, all of this whited out area, these are all structures and stuff. Believe that if you will. Not every one of it is, because you can see here in the dark, look at this. The way it comes up, goes over here, boom, boom, boom. Look at this. Round. Pieces coming off. Now, I'm also going to, again, I'm going to do this comparison, and I'm going to show you, I've taken a random city from right here in the United States, and what I did is I took the picture and I degraded it myself. And the reason why I did this is to show you why I think I'm seeing these structures here. And because some people may say, well, he's seeing these round things or these things here, and I really can't be sure that that's, you know, what he says it is, whether it's a structure or whatever. But like I said, I didn't even notice this until now, just this alone. They just look like shapes. Okay, let's back out. Okay, so now you can see where I dulled out this area here. And you can see something right here. See how like real bright that was? Right here. As soon as you try to, you know, use any kind of equalization or anything like that, everything turns super white for a reason. So we dull it out. And you could just see, like, I mean, there's not much of anything, nothing to get really excited about, but there is some things that are here. There's something that's round on top of that, and then it's got a black dot. Now, there's not a whole lot here, but you can see what looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, like brighter little dots in the row of this gray area. And there's, like, look at this. You can see, like, boom, comes off here, like this, like, pointy 1, 2, 3 dots, 1, 2 here. There's several things in here. Now, this is not the major area that I want to show you guys. All right, let's jump down to this area here. I just noticed this now. I didn't even see this before. All of these in here, and look at the way this, it's like circled over here, or like it had this contour. Or look at this area right here. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3 lines going right here. Let me see if I even doctored this even more. I did. But see, because they've contrasted the crap out of it, there's one here, dot here, meaning could be another structure. I believe this is at high noon. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to explain to you why. When I go over this other pot that I was talking about. All right, this one had me boggled, because this is crazy. I believe this may be water here, guys. I couldn't swear to it, and all of this is speculation, of course. But check this thing out. Watch this. Now I'm going to just enhance, and this is going to turn super white. And then we're going to dull it out. Look at this right here. I just noticed this without even doing a thing to this picture. Look at this way this shape of this is. Comes down, up, goes like this, goes across. There's another piece here, goes like this. And it looks like there's pieces on here. Now watch this. I'm going to jump over this, go to this one. I think it goes up this. All right, right here on 5. Now check this out, how I dull this out. Look at the way this piece is here. Goes up, comes across, over to here. And it has like these multiple things here. What's crazy about it is you can see this shape here. It looks like it has a shadow of the same shape. Like this is elevated over the top of this area here. Now, is it some kind of, I'm going to call it a helipad. I don't know if that's what this may be. But what would be higher? Why would they have this higher than the land itself? So it kind of puzzled me a little bit. I'm trying to say, well, you know, what the heck is that, you know? I'm just thinking that these don't look like just random shapes. They look like they have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something, there's things under here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All the little shapes. And like I said, the way this is shaped here, I don't know. Just kind of crazy. Like right here, look at this. Comes straight down, has an angle right here, goes across. Has these two objects, and they look pretty darn tall. You can see from here up. Now, you have to picture yourself, you're the HRO, or the MRO, I'm sorry, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. Or, I forget which, this may be the MRO. It's high noon because you can see almost the shadow is underneath this. And there's another reason, again, I'm going to show you why I believe that is. Because, again, this coincides with what I was saying earlier. I believe this is still a living civilization. And I'm going to show you that, too. Kind of cool bonus. Anyway, so jump down to this. Just black and white. Now, look at all of this stuff in here. 1, 2. Again, it looks like these circles and people going, I'm not really. But look at these other shapes here. Right here. They just don't look, and keep in mind, guys, this is like hundreds of feet or maybe, you know, whatever, in the air. This is not just like a rock and there's a bunch of squigglies here. Look at this. To the left here, it's got this round circle pieces right here. Now, they really contrasted that up a little bit. Here on the right, you can see right here, has all of these little black dots on top, and it has this weird shape. What does that in nature? Okay, and then all of this stuff here. Now, let's see if we can darken that up a little. Okay, see the way these hit? There's 1, 2 right next to each other, and these different shapes and other little, you know, details. Okay, again, you can look and just anybody who's hardcore and just enhance this picture yourself, you're going to see this. This is crazy. Look at this stuff down here. 1, 2, stuff. You know, look at the way these I'm going to call them platforms because I don't know if it's just pieces of land, platforms, what they are. It's hard to tell what this stuff is, to be honest with you. Look at this on the lower part of the picture, and there's something on top of that. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3 things in a row. 1, 2 more of them. Look at the way these looks like these cut out like landscapes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I try to do is I try to bring down a lot of this. See the way this is right here, this area on the left is like really contrasted. What I do is I darken that. I'll take my I'll take the tool here and I'll burn this, and what I'll use is I'll use my highlights and I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'll just bring that down, and sometimes you'll bring out more detail. You'll actually see like other shapes kind of popping through that. But you can dull this out so it's not so contrasted where it really makes your eyes kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying? So you can bring this down yourself, and it's a lot better. You can see just by doing this here, you can bring this down. You don't want to do too much because you want to be able to see the difference between higher areas. Look how tall that thing looks like it is. Okay, so let's do this. So anyway, keep going down further. Look at all this stuff that's in this picture. Look at all of these weird things. 1, 2, looks like roadways. All of these little things here. Here, square, another square. Huge, looks like, they look like they're tall. Look at the size of them. Goes up and goes around here. These don't look like your average typical rocks. Look at this, something square right here. I don't know what that is, and another square that's even taller than that. Everything to the right here. Check this out. And this just gets better and better. Gets more and more stuff all over the place. Over here, this just look at all the little intricate little pieces here. This is where it gets crazy. This whole area, check this out. This is neat. And most people say, well, I don't know what you're seeing. I'm just seeing nothing but a bunch of lines. Okay, let's take a good close look. Check these two out right here. 1, 2. Looks like roadways or something. 1, 2. Next to each other. Look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this weird shaped area. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually continues on like there's 2 more here. This platform here with something tall standing out. You can see a shadow to it. Look at all of these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these things, they're all standing up. And you can see they have height to them. They're not just like these just small dots on the ground. They literally have height to them. Check this thing out. Again, you're looking at this thing, even though if pictured like from the top of this picture, the sun's coming completely straight down on these, whatever these are, these structures, whatever. Okay, you're actually looking at it from your screen right now, looking to the side of these things. Check this out. I don't know what this is, but look at the size of this. Almost looks like a giant chair. Like the arm, back part of it, and then down. I'm not saying it's a chair. It looks like it's a structure, and it's very tall. Now, if the sun's coming straight down on it, you're not going to see much of a shadow. Okay? There's stuff all over the place. Now watch this. Again, you have to keep an eye on. I'm gonna use some other filters so we can try to bring more of these out and get these to pop for you. But look at this in the back, on the bottom here. Look at this right here. Okay, there's just different shapes and different things hidden. What they try to do is use like darkness to separate and screw up your eyes so you don't see the whole structure or whatever. Check this out right here, middle of the page. Boom, comes over, comes down. There's like things just hidden all over this. You just have to really take a look. Look at right over here on the right. Right there. And it has these areas right here. Oh my God. I mean, it's just everywhere here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's a couple other structures or something here. It's everywhere you look in this picture, guys. Now, let me see something. Let me just brighten that up. Now, you can see this right here. Look at the way these things are. There's one huge square right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like round or some kind of structures. Now, you're going to see a lot of these round things. Just hold on. I want to explain to you why these are a lot more than just round circles. Believe me when I tell you. And you're going to be blown away when I show you this. I'm going to do that. This is where that comparison comes in. So, again, I'm looking at all these weird little structures, or these things that are just popping out. I'm going to just tone it down a little bit. Now, look at these. 1, 2, 3. And looks like a square here, another one here. And if you look at all of these little, there's like, looks like structures here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Has this weird piece here. Piece of land here. You just have to really look at the smaller. You can't look at the overall because it will mess with your eyes. You're just going, I'm just not seeing it. Look at the finer detail in here. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. These things are just too organized, so to speak, to be nothing. Look at this. Like this big area right here looks like there's 1, 2. You can just see like these dots, these brightened dots, and there's what looks like roadways and stuff coming down. Here going across. Another one going above that. I don't know. It just looks like, look at this on the lower right corner. There's something right here. Okay. Now I'm going to try to back this up just a little bit. And see, now you can see these a lot better now. You can see there's 1, 2. There's 1, 2 here. Look at the way these intricate little, look like little roads. Look at all these little tiny ones right here. Do you see these? Where did they go? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now keep in mind they are blurred. Now each of these dots might represent 3 or 4 buildings. Again, I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Now, all of these here, all the way down in this left corner right here, this right here looks like that weird building. Look at this. Looks like there's something right here with something sticking out. There's just tons of crap in this picture. Simple as that. Okay. So now let me do this. And sometimes that helps. I'm going to just jump in. Now, see how I made it a lot darker, but you can see these have really toned down the brightness. And you can see these what look like structures and all kinds of stuff all over the place in here. Now let's do this. Okay, let's go back to black and white because I want to show you this. I'm trying to get these to pop out better. And you can see, like I said, it looks like roads here now. Or whatever they may be. I don't... Look at this. Look at all these little... Up here in the top. What looks like 1, 2, 3 dots there. All these little intricate little parts. It's everywhere. And you just have to really look for this stuff. Up here in the upper right. There's something here. These 2 things here. All of these little things. And I'm telling you right now, once I show you this comparison, you're just going to be, whoa, what the hell? What we're seeing here is not even a third of what's really here, guys. We're really not. Okay, I'm going to just try different filters and bring these out. This one here is probably the best one. You can just see these now right there. You can just see all of these little pieces and little, what look like roads right here. Just going all over the place. I mean, it's, oh my God. It's absolutely insane. Now, a lot of these may actually be trees as well as structures. I don't know. Again, pure speculation. But, again, just look at all of these little 1, 2, 3. Just look like roads or different structures. And when you see blur in circles and these weird... Now, this line right here, right now almost in the middle of the picture, right here, looks like a kind of a stretched out S. That could be multiple structures in a row. We don't know. All I managed to do is bring out what I could without totally degrading this picture. I want to bring out the shapes. I want to bring these things out for you guys to show you. Now, watch this. Now, again, now we can see this a little bit better. And just look around the little parts. Look at this. 1, looks like a rectangular piece, dot. Another weird looking shape here with a dot. Now, I don't know if we're looking at it different ways here. It's hard to tell. Look at this. There's something right here. And it looks almost squared off at the base of it. 1, 2, something right here. The way the land, oh my God. This thing is nuts. There's just there's something here all over this place. Look at the way this, again, this weird platform or the ground that this thing is sitting on. And all of these, look, it's just too perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's something right there. These 1, 2. These things are not just simple rocks or just boulders laying on, giant boulders laying on the ground. You know, there's just too much going on in this picture. Just say, hey, this is just, random, it's just simple randomness. It's not. There's too much in this picture to believe that it isn't. All right, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change up. I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to go to the black plate. And the reason why I do that is to want to see more of the raw. Now, check this out. Look at all of these little dots and stuff now. And you can see that they're just not simple, nothings. Look at this. Almost looks like an M sitting on the ground. All of these things here, okay? All of these weird roadways here at the top. And going up to the top here. This is not, look at this. Every one of these, look at these over here. 1, 2, 3. They're like round shapes. I can almost promise you they're more than just round shapes. Here's that big thing right here, this big structure, it looks like. Right here on the ground. That is just crazy. Look at this. 1, 2. I think I have, I'm not sure if it's over here or not. I don't know if it's here. Hold on. Let me see if it's in this part here. Might not be. Okay. But I'm looking at this here, and it's just simply not. Look at this right here. Above all this. 1, 2. Look at all these little fine little details. 1, 2. Like square type things. All these weird 1, 2, 3 more dots. Other squares. Just stuff running everywhere in every direction, man. It's, yeah, man. It's crazy. Bring it down. Like I said, trying different filters so you guys can actually see. I see like what looks like a bunch of structures here now. You look all in between, and even the black areas actually have something there. Like they try to distort the picture so you can't see what's really here. But I promise you, this is more than, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This flat area right here, like a land, part of the land. Or look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the way this thing is. All these little fine little details is what it's all about. And when you stop and you bring this stuff out, oh my God, it just gets insane. Now I'm going to just change different filters and different steps so you guys can take a better look at this. Now 9 should, well, it's 8 or 9. All right, now check out 8. Look at this. Check this out right there. This whole area right here. Look at this. And you guys can pause this any way you want. But when you stop and look at this, there's no way in hell this is just simple rocks just happen to be laying together. It's just too organized to be nothing. Okay. And like I said, guys, you know, you guys can tell me what you think this stuff is. You know, is it just simple nothing? Is it more than just nothing? Okay. Now, I'm going to bring this back to normal. Now, I'm going to show you guys something because this is where it gets crazy. Not only do I think this is a city, I believe it may be thriving. Now, you know, people have said, well, you know, how can we possibly be sending a rover through these cities if it's alive? Why would they allow these? Why would they allow a rover to be traveling through here? Well, they got a good point. Is it possible that the rover is only showing us things that are like a wasted part of like ruined cities, and that's not where they're really at? In other words, they're really here. Is it possible they're doing that, and all we're doing is just taking pictures from the MRO and the other orbiters? I don't know. Just taking stabs in the dark here, of course. But again, this looks like just a huge city. And you guys can look any way you want here. Go back to this other part way up here. Well, I just went by it, I think. This here. I mean, all in this area here. I mean, it's everywhere you look in this picture. I mean, it's just, you know, if you look at the way the shadow looks right here. See the way the shape of this is? It looks like it goes over here, goes across, and it has a step down, another step down, and check that out. And the shadow, it actually mimics the top of that. It's like this is the upper level of something. Now, is it some kind of, like I said, air pad, helipad, or some weird thing? I don't know. But, I don't know, guys. It's crazy. Now, let's get to the other part I wanted to show you. Okay. Because even if you don't believe me, that's fine. Because I'm going to show you something. There's also what looks like 2 spacecraft. I'm going to show you this one here. And this one may not be too convincing at first, but you're going to see the second one. Look at this. Right here. And it's casting a shadow on the bottom. Now watch this. See it there? Shadow on the bottom. Again, it's almost high noon. But we're seeing it from an angle. We're seeing it from, like I said, let's say you're the MRO and you're looking directly at this thing, but the sun's actually coming straight down, almost to the point where it's underneath this right here. Now, some people will go, well, you know, I'm not seeing it. And guys, you can still see this. Look at, you can still see the city. You can still see all of these things sitting right here in a row, all over the place. Look at these different structures, roads. Just look around. It's all there, even up here. These different roads. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at all these little structures. And oh, look at 1, 2, 3. There's all kinds of crazy shit in this picture, guys. Now I'm going to show you this one here. You'll love this. If this one doesn't seem like, you're going, dude, I'm not seeing it. Okay, what about this one? Watch this. This one, to me, is literally off the ground. And I don't have to do a thing to this picture. There it is. There's one there. With its shadow, it's higher off the ground. There's one here, it's a lot closer to the ground. Now, and I'm sure if you look around, there's more than it. Now watch this one step, watch what this thing looks like. You can see that thing as clear as day. Well, not clear as day, you can see that it's there. And this one's up on the upper left with the shadow. Now, what's cool about this one here, it's not just, you know, you say, well, it's an orb. No, it's not. whatever this thing is made out of, it's probably a shiny aluminum or some kind of shiny whatever, and it's giving it a kind of egg-shaped looking thing. But take a closer look. It actually looks like an orb, but it has something sticking out of each side, almost like it has wings. So is it possible that this thing is some kind of aircraft similar to what we've got here on Earth? Is it possible that's the case? I think this will get too dark, but let me just try something here. Because I really darken up the other areas. Okay, let's just kind of blur it up just a little bit. But you can see what looks like this little thing sticking out of the side of this rounded circle. I believe this thing has wings. And look at, even down here, you can see what looks like there's some kind of, a few structures here and there on the bottom of this too. Okay, so see, I bring it way down. But you can see what looks like there's something branching off on each side of this thing. That's telling me, or at least I'm thinking, that it has wings. Now, does it? Couldn't tell you. It sure looks like that to me. Now I bring it way, way down. Now this one here, you'll see this one here a little bit. Not a whole lot. But there it is right there. And there's its shadow. To me, if this is the real deal, meaning it is the actual, you know, and I believe it is the real deal. Let me see something here. Check this out. Look at all of this stuff right here. You're telling me this is... And I haven't done a thing to this picture. But just look at some of the shapes in here. That... I mean... Oh my God. Okay. Alright. So, this is just crazy because... If that's true... And these things are flying around in there... Guess what? This is a living, thriving civilization. It's as simple as that. And like I said, I don't have to do a thing to this picture, guys. All I got to do is just go back to the normal picture. It's sitting right there. Watch this. Watch it as I back out. It's still in the picture, guys. It's right there. And the other one's right there with the shadow. Object, shadow. Object, the shadow's underneath it. I can see that it clear as a bell, and I don't have to do a thing to this picture. That's clearly off the ground. And when you do this, you can make that thing out really good. And again, you can see what looks like it has wings, things protruding out of each side of this, well, almost a circle here. But that looks like an orb because it's probably something shiny. It's made out of a shiny material, giving that weird egg-shaped look. But when you look at the shadow, it clearly has what looks like wings. You guys tell me what you think. I mean, I'm open to anything. And like I said, when you look at this area here alone, right here in the middle, well, let me put it smack dab in the middle of the page. Just this right here in the middle of the page, even if you can't see anything else, which I see tons, but even if you couldn't, this area alone shows intelligently designed. Now, let me get out of that. I'm going to show you guys this. And again, you guys will get these links. Now, I did a comparison of Manhattan Island. And what I'm going to show you is the very clear one on the left side and the very distorted one on the right side. I purposely degraded it, pixelized it, then reblurred it. And I'm going to show you the difference between, this is the reason why when you're seeing circles, like I'm showing you in this picture, when I show you this, and I'll go way down just so we can just jump right to it, instead of messing around here. When you see these right here, let me lighten it up just a little bit more. When you see this right here, when you see these in the middle of the page, these two and all of these little dots, I can guarantee they're more than just little dots. Watch this. That's not it. But this is. Look at the difference in the comparison. Nice, crisp Manhattan Island. Nice and crisp. Now, I can go like this, and I can zoom in pretty darn good. This is Google Earth, and I can see pretty much everything I need to see here in this picture. I mean, I think there's, look at this, 6 fans here in the air conditioning units right here on the top of this roof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's other units here as well. But you can see 6 fan units, air conditioning units there. Helipad. This has actually got like a whole grass and everything at the top of this one. But this is what I'm getting at. It's crazy because, oh my God. Look at the difference between, let's look at right here. Here's the coming from the mainland onto the island itself. Look at this square right here, side of the bridge. Where's it at? It's not even there. But this building and this building make this weird triangle on this right here. See how it's distorted? What are these? Look, it looks like 2 triangles. They're actually buildings right next to it. This little building here on the left, you can see it right there. It's right there. But you never know it. Now, look at these circles here in the middle of this right picture. Circle, circle. It's right there. There's a square building, and it's got an upper level to it. It's got other upper levels. Looks like a stretched out H at the top levels. But the bottom one is... Now, that doesn't look like that same structure. Not by a long shot. But because it's so distorted, you can see what looks like a lot of circles. See that? They're not. Look at all of these things here. There's so much detail in this, it's insane. You're not seeing it here, though. Why? Because it's degraded. It's blurry. It's a low-res pitch now. So this is the reason why it looks so like garbage. Right here. Look at these skyscrapers here on the edge right here in the southern part. Well, I'm going to call it southern part, lower side rather. You don't see that right here. They look like round circles. This one right here on the left-hand picture. Okay. Nice skyscraper. Go to this side. It's a round circle. Or at least the top of it is. It's just brightened because the top is bright. This looks more like what we're seeing in this picture. All of these weird squares and you can see how this. You can easily say, "Oh, these are nothing," but on the other side of the token, are they really nothing? And that's what you. This is what I've been seeing all this time. And some people may say, "Well, I'm not seeing what he's talking about." Well, they're clearly not just random rocks. I don't believe that for a moment. You can see these things right here. These just structures. Let me see if I can find this again, because there was one in here that shows. Look at it. See, like on this right picture here. Look at the top. Look at, well, not all the way to the top, but almost in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like just kind of blurred out squares and circles. They're not, though. They're literally, if you look at, because you know the pictures right here, side to side. There's no way in hell that these is simply, look at this. All this junk right here, it looks like just a blurred out straight line. It's an actual roadway. So how do we know what we're seeing in these pictures aren't the same? Like right here. How do we know we're not seeing that as well? And all of these little structures are actually roadways. Well, roadways and structures, that is. I don't know. There's something right here. I just noticed this looks quite large, too. And it looks like it's casting a shadow underneath of it. See it? Whatever this is right here looks huge. But, I don't know. And like I said, when I see all these little things, let's say these two circles alone, they could be like 5 buildings sitting on the side of each other. We wouldn't even know. We have no idea. But I can tell you right now, that's a city to me. And when you see this here, I mean, look at all the detail here in the lower part of this left picture. And look at the detail here. I'm seeing little squares, smudges, and just bright areas. I'm not seeing nearly the detail in this left picture, that's for sure. But I want to give you that comparison so you guys, when you see this stuff on these pictures, we're bringing out a lot of this stuff for you guys, but we're not seeing but maybe a third, if we're lucky, of what's really here. Look at this right here on the lower right. Look at all these little tiny buildings and details. In fact, I'll go ahead and zoom into that. Look at all that. All these little tiny buildings. Look over here. Nothing but garbage and just looks like almost like white circles and smudges. Look at this, like this L-shaped area right here. Right? It's not an L shape. There's actually separate buildings with a bunch of little things on top. But it doesn't look that way here. You can just barely see what they look like. They're barely separated. This is what I'm getting at. So what we think we're seeing, there's a lot more to what we're really seeing. And like I said, that just proves that to me. And you can see the difference between these two. And like guys, just pause this and look at this picture yourself. Tell me, on the right-hand picture, you're not seeing that and this here. All of these right here. You be the judge. As always, guys, always be the judge. You guys let me know. Okay, guys, I didn't want to make this super long, but I think we're probably about 25, 30 minutes into this thing. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to do that for you. I thought it was really fascinating. Again, just lies. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is lies. And it's sad that it's like that, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody who's jumped on board recently. I do appreciate it. Share the heck out of these videos. Give me some thumbs up. Let me know you're on board with what I'm talking about. And give me your own ideas, what you think this stuff may be. Maybe I'm totally off track. Let me know what you think. As always, your comments are welcome as long as they're adult comments and, not too, belligerent or anything like that. And I know my subscribers wouldn't do that, but you got these people that come along that will talk stupid and, it just off the page they go. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate you guys watching. Always appreciate you guys know that. You guys are the best and you always give me your feedback, and that's what this channel's all about. Let's find the truth. Plain and simple. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. and I'll see you next pick.